1 in 4 adults, that was the number, 1 in 4 adults will experience a mental health challenge. So this means it affects every family, whether we talk about it or not, right? Is that true? Would you say that's true? Is that relevant?
I think right, it affects every family. And again, I can't say it often enough. 50% of those folks aren't reaching out for support.
We work so hard about it because we honestly believe that in the substance misuse world, we'll never get better if mental health is not better. We are stigma busters, and we are trying to teach people that good mental health is just as important as good physical health.
Some of the successes that we get to witness in our students would be just what they see their future looking like. As students develop hope for their future, they start to see what their possible career path could be. Through support groups, these students get to learn how to give support each week, and through doing that, students learn that they can make an impact on somebody else's life.
Don't mind sharing. Do you guys just, is it like support, you guys talk?
Yeah, talk about
your
you talk about your week, how you been going this day and stuff.
Do you feel like it helps to have a group to talk to about your week?
Yeah, a lot.
Can you expand on that a little bit?
When I'm talking to people as of my week, I feel like that's happy for me, loving for me. I can have somebody to talk to about my week.
The bus, it's been a life changer for us, especially my family with Brett. It brought a lot of peace to me. It allows his dad and I to know that he's gonna be able to go out with his peers, have fun, and not be held back because he can't get there because of me. So the bus it's just made my life, my husband's life, my son Brett, his life just so much better.
So the impact of the grant that we received from Will County has been huge for the families. It's allowed us to provide more respite sessions, so that's more time that families can go take care of themselves while their kids are in good hands with volunteers and Little Friend staff who have the experience working with this population. We've seen that because this program is free, it saves families an average of $4,000 a year on after-school care, which is only possible because we're supported by the Will County Community Mental Health Board.
What does that mean to you as a parent to know that both your kids are safe?
Yeah, I love bringing both of them here because it's a way for my son to kind of see other kids that have the same situation as him. So he sees his brother has autism, but then he sees other people around his age that go through the same things. And it's kind of hard to explain it to him, but when you can kind of see it, it's a better insight for kids to understand.
So we came last week with Grandpa to drop off Tyler, and one of the questions that he raised was where do they get their funding from? And that was a great question because I didn't know. I had some educated guesses, but we looked on the website and we went through all the different supporters and where they get their funding from. Either it's through local organizations, the state, so on and so forth. But it also just really made us appreciate that the fact that this respite program is a free program. So it doesn't hold anybody to any kind of boundaries to be able to enjoy this and enjoy the benefits from the respite program.
But I am not exaggerating when I tell you that the funding we got from the Will County Mental Health Board saved this person's life. And my role in this is so privileged to be able to be just a middleman, to be able to put those funds to work, help put those funds to work in a way that is life-saving. Skip now is a peer supervisor to the people who are coming to the program for community service and for our First for a Fund workforce development program. So, he's no small miracle, and he's a beautiful person. But I really don't want to think about where things might have been, without the help of the Will County Mental Health Board.
Can I ask you one more question?
Sure.
Tell me what life looks like today, the outcome. So what does your life look like now in your clean and sober lifestyle? Can you sum it up for me?
It was everything I wanted to be when I was out there using. Like little things, wishing I had a car, I have a car now. I paid for that. I have nice things. Everything that's in my apartment, I bought. You know what I mean? I've never had that in my life. I've always been on, I just didn't care, like I said. All my money went towards dope and drugs, and if I had things, I manipulated people to get them because I didn't work for them, ever. So now it's amazing the little things that are, like my boots. I love these boots. I paid so much money, but they're mine. You know what I mean? And they're the most comfortable thing I've ever put in my foot. I paid for that. I paid for my watch. It's little things. It's just amazing.
So here at HHH Ranch, we use a nationally recognized program called Stable Moments. And that is where we pair one child in foster care or post-adoption with one mentor once a week for an hour. And then they get to choose a horse, maybe you, since you need all this attention. And what we find is that because HHH rescues all of their animals, we are able to really make a connection with these kids where we can say, oh, well, this horse came to us because their family didn't have enough tools in their toolbox to take care of them. So then they get to see that horse go to a foster home. Maybe the horse, it doesn't work out and the horse comes back. And then we get to talk with that child and say, well, this wasn't the horse's fault. It just wasn't the right family for them. And so they're able to see these horses come in neglected and abused and just emaciated, and then see them flourishing and thriving. What's crazy is that when you look at statistics, 1 in 4 kids, by the time they age out of foster care, they will be within 2 years, 1 in 4 will be incarcerated. And 80% of prisoners in our current system have been in foster care at one point in time. So for us, we have decided that our age range will be 3 to 22. And that's because the kids that have aged out, that didn't get what they needed, they can come here and have a mentor and have stability.
The reason why funding matters is because it gives people hope. My wife and I have been married for 41 years. We've been living in the Joliet area since 1998, and she's been suffering with mental illness for over 30 years. And without the hope that we received back 6 years ago, I don't know where we would be right now. We've learned more through NAMI and its programs and basically the things that it offers than we've known all our life.
Mental Health Matters Fund was created about 3 years ago. Myself and another therapist got together, and we were really concerned about our communities because there was a slew of suicides. Several young people, 5 or 6 in 1 year, and then many other adults. And so we got together and we started brainstorming how we can get outside of bricks and mortar and really go out into the community and start to make sure that we're doing education awareness, and then most importantly, making services accessible. And accessible, I mean by affordable and sustainable. So with Will County Community Mental Health Board and the funding that they gave us, we were able to help over 100 Will County families. And the lives that we've changed because of the funds that were provided is just amazing. We could just go on and on about the impact and how critical it is, because before people would start with services, but maybe they would come 3 or 4 times. And then they find out they have a $60 copay. And then how do you pay that every week? And then if you have a family of 5 and you have 2 or 3 people going to counseling, it's just not sustainable. So the mission of Mental Health Matters Fund is to make it sustainable, affordable, and accessible.
To have other people that's not even bloodline or that really know you can help you with that extra push, it says everything. That builds hope. And we need that, especially like addicts. Well, people need that. Everybody need it, but especially like people like me. You know what I'm saying? Hope that we need, that we can do, and something can be, and we can become something than what we always been. And so I think for me, I take advantage of the help now. You know what I'm saying? I know that everybody not out to get me, and some people that really care, that want to see me be a better person, not just for like society, but for myself. You know what I'm saying? And when I see people believe in me, I'm one of the ones that get the motivation to believe in myself. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of those self-defeating ideologies and beliefs I had for so long that taught me. And so when I'm like, you don't even know me. She don't even know me. You know what I'm saying? That, like, okay, well, it builds that that morale and that motivation to keep pushing.
I wouldn't be helping people today. You know, now I get a chance to go in and I get to help people get out their addictions also. And then people seeing me in this community, a person that was doing drugs with them, sleeping in crack houses with them, you know, robbing stuff with them. And now I'm a positive influence in my community only by the help of them. And that wouldn't be possible if none of this funding was here.
I'm happy to do it because I know what it can be. And with this funding, it's gonna help the next guy. And most of what I do is for me, but there is a strong, small majority of what I do is for the next guy. I don't know him, but I know his story.
Say yes to help, we'll rise as one, lifting souls till the fight is won. In our community, we'll mend, we'll stand. Mental health matters, we're all friends. So join the cause, let's make it clear. Hope and healing start right here. The mental health matters, fun will grow. With every yes, our love will show.